What is good, guys? TheMtVernonKid back again. It's the end of the month. September 30th is here, and as this is recording, guys, we are here because I'm here to deliver the questions, answers to those questions. It's time! Sorry, I had to do my buffer. It's time to answer those questions that you guys bestowed upon me. There were 9 people who gave me questions. 9 on the post that I delivered. So let's get it done. Your alpha. Thanks. Let's do this. So we're going to start from the newest comments all the way down to the last. So we're going to start off with Pack member Red Eye. First of all, I like the name. Cool, Red Eye. Did you watch Night of Champions? I did. I did watch Night of Champions. The latest WWE pay-per-view, or whatever you want to call it. And it was pretty entertaining. Everything that I wanted to see kept me entertained. The last match where we got the match between the cousins, Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns, that was fucking amazing. You talk about Roman getting heat, coming off like a dick, just showcasing that how much ego has gotten to this man, and it did get a little bit uncomfortable. It did, because, and how did it get uncomfortable for me? I put myself in the shoes of Jay, or even in the shoes of Jimmy. It got comfortable. It got uncomfortable. I looked at that and I'm like, what if an older cousin of me and Malcolm's, and Malcolm was stepping to him and facing him, and it's me as Jimmy telling Malcolm, you ain't got nothing to prove, like, and I'm injured and I can't be the big brother that I'm supposed to be. Yeah, that got to me, and that got really uncomfortable. That was really good. The matches that I really didn't care for too much was Zelina Vega and Asuka. God knows I love Asuka and I like Zelina, but right now that match could have stayed on the pre-card, show. It I understand what they were trying to do, but it just gave Asuka a match. But it is what it is. But it was still, Night of Champions was pretty good. Even the Randy Orton's, I liked the storytelling with that. The whole sins of the past. Randy went around punt kicking a lot of people. They came back and bit him in his ass. And then of course he lost the ambulance match. Pretty much. I'm loving Drew as champion. I love him as a champ. He's great. He deserves it. He earned it. Great. Thoughts on the Hawkman casting? I was definitely going to do a video on this as well, but we could talk about the casting. I don't mind at all. I'm now getting to that age where I'm just like, Hawkman, okay, is he an elite of DC? Not really, in my opinion. But can I not see a black man playing him? Where, to me, I've always looked at Hawkman, his ties to ancient Egypt, whether it's Carter Hall, or Carter Hall, or I'm forgetting the other Hawkman that came later. But no, I have no issues with it at all, really. And I'm forgetting the actor's name. He's a talented actor. He's really good. He was actually one of my picks. I actually fan cast him as Falcon. But Anthony Mackie does a great job as Falcon as well. So I have no problem with him as, I'm forgetting, I can't recall the actor's name, but I have no issue with him being casted as Hawkman, and I want to make sure, because I don't want to Elias Hughes. Yeah. Hodds, yeah. I have no problem with Mr. Hodds playing the role, you know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, he's you know, Rock chose him. So, hey, I understand there's gonna be people that are like, man, I'm so sick of them changing, white characters and race changing them. I was like that too, you know. Now, there are certain characters, yeah, I will say, what? No. But there's a lot that I won't say. Like, now some people probably gonna say, oh, okay, so what if they change Black Panther to a white guy? I'm like, yeah, you stupid? Like, that right there is stupid. Because that's stupid. That's stupid. Or Luke Cage to a white guy. That's stupid. No. But it's not an easy argument and easy debate to go about. These studios see these characters as what they are, or they see these characters and these actors who can pull it off better than we don't know if Rock went through the list of characters, of actors. Maybe he had white actors in mind. Maybe Warner Brothers or whoever wanted a different take. We got that with Jason Momoa. He ain't white and blonde. He's Polynesian. He's Hawaiian. What makes you not think that Aquaman couldn't be Hawaiian or Polynesian? Makes sense to me. I'm fine with it. But point taken, I have no real issues with it at all. And if you have an issue with it, then that's your problem, not mine. Next on the list, thoughts on the She-Hulk casting. Red Eye, did you not watch the last Geek Thought? I love the casting. I love it. I love it. I'm seeing fan art of her as She-Hulk, and I'm loving it. I think she's gonna nail this character. This is a woman that played multiple characters in a show. Come on. Number 4. Rumor has it Marvel is looking at Keanu Reeves for Moon Knight. Thoughts? That's another rumor. I've heard rumors first. Another rumor is Ghost Rider, but Moon Knight, Mark Spector, I'm down. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Mark Spector to me should not be some 20-year-old or in some way a 30-year-old man, a man in his 30s. The rumor has it that Marvel is looking for actors ranging from 40 to 50 to their 50s. They want this character to be a veteran, and that's exactly what I want. I want Moon Knight to be a veteran, a seasoned warrior. This is a guy who is a former ex-boxing champ, former Marine, former CIA agent. Ain't no 20-year-old doing that or like that. No way. And then a mercenary, of course. No. It needs to be. This is where it needs to be an actor in their 40s and 50s to play that. Keanu is 56. He don't look it, but yeah, he's 56. And I wouldn't mind I want to see Keanu in a superhero movie. He said he's always wanted to be Wolverine. I wouldn't mind seeing him as Ghost Rider. There's a couple other actors I would like to see as Ghost Rider, but it depends on the Ghost Rider, which one. But if they want him as Moon Knight, hey, I'm all for it. Red Eye, I appreciate the questions. Thank you very much. Move on to Will Miser. His 4 questions are simple. What are your thoughts on The Rock going to TNA to induct Shamrock into the TNA Hall of Fame? No issues with it, because when Christian was with WWE, he went back to TNA during something because he was there. Shamrock has always spoke highly of The Rock and everything he has done for him. So that's why not? Why not push Why not? And you can see it online. Their tweets to each other. It's like, you know, it is what it is. Next question: Patterson, Keaton, Affleck. Which Batman are you most excited to see in the upcoming years? Okay, that's more than one question. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's like 5 questions in one. So I'm gonna cut one of these questions big time because this is like question in a question. So you got Patterson, Batman. Okay, which one am I citing? Speaking of the multiverse, Doctor Strange 2, we call it multiverse matter, and will Marvel take on the multiverse? Do you think we'll see some blasts from the past like Maguire, Snipes, and Hasselhoff of some fan favorites? Fan casting like Tom Cruise. Yeah, there's rumors that Tom Cruise is going to be a Iron Man, but a multiverse Iron Man, or a possible Terrence Howard as War Machine. See, this is where too many questions, because that's like 4 questions. I said 4. You gave me like 5. So I'm just gonna answer the Patterson Batman question. Sorry, that's too many questions, because then you got 3 more. All right. Which Batman am I more excited for? None of them really. Just gonna go see him. I mean, I want to see what Keaton is gonna look like but I doubt he'll be in the costume. But still, if he's in a costume, that's cool. But I feel bad for him because that costume, he couldn't breathe in it. So it is what it is, you know. Your third question: did you do anything special for Tupac's 20th anniversary, September 13th? Not really. Because I was working, so no. Were you able to pre-order a PS5? I don't pre-order anything. When these new systems come out, I don't worry about them, because the first wave is always gonna have bugs. There's always gonna be something. So you wait. You don't have to be so anxious to get the new system, the latest new system. I'm not that kind of person. There you go. Thank you for the questions. When I say 4, I mean 4, not a question and a question and a question and a question. Please, because that takes away from everybody else's questions. All right. Trevin Dorn. Who's your favorite member from Batman and the Outsiders? The original team. I know who you're talking about. Black Lightning has always been my favorite. Black Lightning is my all-time favorite, one of my all-time favorite DC characters. So Black Lightning comes first, then Kitana is second. Then you go from there. Kuma asks Dante versus Shamrock, who would win, and how would the fight go? That is kind of good, but I'm gonna give it to Dante. More stylistic, more style, and Dante is extremely strong even when he does go full, when he really taps into his demonic powers. So I'm definitely gonna go Dante. Dante is definitely gonna get Shishomaru off his game just for him talking. Like his talking, that's gonna get him off his game. Yeah, we've seen Shishomaru very, calm, but there's sometimes there was a fear. There's been some fear with him. You've seen it sometimes. So yeah, like remember when his brother tapped into his full demonic, and he stopped for a minute. He was scared, like whoa. We've seen Inuyasha hurt Shishomaru. He can be hurt. So I give it to Dante. If Vicious from Cowboy Bebop had any children, do you think he would be a good father? Hell fucking no. Hell no. Hell no. Vicious, good father? You crazy? That's out of the question. Out of the question. Let's move on. Do you think Guardians of the Galaxy could defeat Darkseid and all of Apocalypse? No. No, I don't think so. It more likely will come down to the real Drax, and I'm talking about not the Marvel Cinematic Universe version. I'm talking about the real version. Drax, the Destroyer. It's gonna come down to Drax and Gamora, the most dangerous woman in the galaxy. I think Gamora would be able to take pretty much out the female Furies, pretty much Lashida, all Stompa, all. I think she definitely wiped the floor with them. But when it comes to Darkseid, yeah, it's a different subject. Even Drax. Drax was made. This Drax, the Drax that we're talking about, the one that looks like a green Kratos or so, he was made. That body was made to kill Thanos, and he's done it before. So yeah. But no, I don't think they could. If the X-Men was in the DC universe, do you think some of them would join the Justice League? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there'd be a couple of them that join. I think Beast. Beast was he was an Avenger. Definitely Beast. Beast would be there. I could see Wonder Woman trying to get Storm on the Justice League big time. I could see her constantly going to the X Mansion. Can I talk to Aurora, please? Like, I can see her countlessly trying to get Storm on the team. There's a couple of other people, but yeah, I can see them being a part of the Justice League. Travis Tipton, Yujiro Hama versus Daredevil. What the hell is this? Are you crazy? I love Matt, but Matt get killed. Bad matchup. Terrible matchup. Sorry, Travis, that's terrible. What were you thinking with that one? Then you hear about. Did you hear about Road Warrior Animal? Yeah, we lost Animal. I woke up to that last week. Last Wednesday, I woke up, and I look at my phone, checking the time. Next thing you know, I was popped up 60. Jesus Christ. Both. Now, there's only one left. No, the team may be gone, but the manager's still around. Why does Marvel keep mistreating the New Warriors? I don't know. I just don't know. Every time they start pushing him or do something with him, there's some kind of controversy with it. But the latest is that this new version of them that's coming, and some of the characters, people are just flipping out over that. It's almost like nobody can respect creativity anymore. I understand where they're coming from, but yeah, it's just like that. Favorite Cobra member? Storm Shadow. Even though he's technically not. But yeah. Storm Shadow. And of course I do like the Baroness. Alright. Thank you for those. Tony Montana asks me, oh Jesus, please don't be like, okay. Alright, since Black Widow and Eternals have been delayed to 2021, we do not have any Marvel movies this year. Do you think it is a good thing for the general audience to take a break? I have no problem with them taking a break, because all that's going to do is get people salivating for the next MCU movie. Great. Take a break. No issues there whatsoever. What are your thoughts on the Mulan live action? I know it was one of the most anticipated movies of the year. I still have not watched it yet. I just haven't watched it yet. I still want to see it. I know I've heard people dislike it, and it's the typical reason to why people are disliking it. But I knew from Jump Street, it wasn't gonna be a straight adaptation from the animated movie. I knew they were going to put more of a twist and more following of the real life Mulan. Yeah. I hope I'm saying her name right, yeah. So yeah, I have no issues with that. It looks like Amber Heard will still play Mira in Aquaman 2. Do you think her violent action towards should trigger a boycott of the sequel, hurt them financially, and reduce the chances of an Aquaman 3? To me, it's the typical double standard. Now, if Amber Heard was a man and she did that, they would have fired her real quick, yeah. But because it's not a sexist act, it's truly the act of double standards. We're as men, we're taught not to hit a woman, all that stuff, not to do this, not to do that. But when you get caught on camera and heard on audio doing this and saying, go ahead and tell, they're not going to believe you. It's clearly that way. It's a double standard. Like I said before, I don't agree with it, but let's be straight, real, and honest with you. If a woman is hitting me, violently trying to hurt me, you best believe I'm gonna defend myself from these vicious attacks. She was throwing shit at this guy. Pots, pans, like, she should be fired. Ezra Miller was caught on camera choking a woman. He's still here as Flash. To me, he should have been fired too. Double standards. It's not a good thing. Seeing how shady the Chinese government has been this year so far and how that affects China's reputation, do you think it could impact the representation of future movies like Shang-Chi in terms of Asian representation? No, I don't. Because you're talking about the government. Not everybody in the government is they represent maybe one person in that government. Okay, a good example of that is what's going on here in the States. We have a child, a 7-year-old child as president. That debate last night proved that even more. What a fucking child he is. Does he represent every American? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Because he damn sure don't represent me. So no, I don't. The Chinese government, what's going on in China? They don't represent every woman, child, man in China. They don't. They're just an odd of them. So no, they don't. Cutie Kitten. Should the Spawn HBO series be revived? That's up to Todd McFarlane. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, the series ended on a cliffhanger. You know, it ended kind of. I didn't even like how the last series ended. You know, basically we saw Spawn go back to Koliosco. I think I'm saying his name, and basically say, "I want my humanity back," and that was about it. After Jade was killed, that was it. Well, he killed her, but she told him to. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Maybe HBO Prime or HBO Plus, Max. Who should be the next big bad after Thanos? Take your pick. There's so many. Annihilus, Kang. I won't say Galactus too much but yeah, I mean, he could be. There's so many. Thanos is not the only big bad in the Marvel Universe. There are so many. To me, I think it should be Kang. Because the time aspect, Dormammu can be the big bad. Let's be honest, Doctor Strange did not defeat Dormammu. Just saying. He defeated him, yeah, but not really. Like put him down. He used trickery and, you know, kind of like he psyched him out. Marilyn, But thank you, Kitten, for the questions. Marilyn, even though he caused destruction, do you think Godzilla is evil in your opinion, and why? Why also? Do I think Godzilla is evil? No, I don't. I don't think he's evil. I love how they portray him in the newest movies. Like he's kind of looked at as a deity, a god, a force of nature that comes out to defend, but he's the king, you know. And when he first came out in 1956, why was he came out? Why? Because that was the scare and the concept of atomic weapons. We would cause atomic bomb, all that stuff. The radiation would have caused some kind of mutation in some kind of sea life. And what happened in that first movie, Gojira, he just rose up out of the water of the waters of Japan and destroyed Tokyo. I don't think he's bad. I don't really consider him the villain. There are times, sometimes they make him out to, especially when he goes against Mothra. That's why, yeah, okay, there you go. How long do you think it will take for Spider-Man to piss off Skeletor in a fight? Real easy. Skeletor's got he don't have a tolerance. He can't. What moments in Doctor Who were you more scared of than the villain or the monster he was facing? Or she faced? That's tough because it's a lot. It more comes down to, like I said, with the Weeping Angels are probably my most scariest moments with them, because it's like you blink and they move, and you blink again, they move, and they can be like 30 yards, but you keep out in there, they're already on you. Like, that shit's scary to me, you know. It's hard to say. It really is. And your fourth question: do you think a third Red Dead Redemption game will be like? Do you think a third Red Dead Redemption game will be like? Me personally, I think it's going to focus on Jack Marston, not only because of being on the run, but also dealing with trauma from the events of Red Dead 1 and 2. We'll see if Rockstar does go ahead and do another one. I wouldn't mind them doing one. I wouldn't mind them doing another one, but it's going to be hard because of the time period. You know, you understand? So you got to be doing something where it's probably going to have to take place maybe because the last one was taking place during the turn of the century. The last year before, you know, so, and I really don't want a prequel. I actually want a sequel. Set 2 was a prequel. I'm still playing 2. I haven't even finished it, so yeah. I think that Fantastic Four and the X-Men being brought into the MCU was always meant to be. Yes, it was. It was destiny. It was destined to happen. Marvel wants all their properties under one roof. But because of the fact that they sold off a lot of their properties to different studios, it has been hard for them. And to me, it's not the Marvel Universe without these characters, like the first family, the Children of the Atom. Yes, Spider-Man is still technically under Sony. It does suck, and that'll, unless that we'll never really truly see him, Sony back, Spider-Man completely back with Marvel, unless Disney the only way I can see is Disney throwing a shitload of money and saying, here, we want full control over this character again. It's not really gonna happen. They know that's their bread and butter. That's Sony's bread and butter. They're not stupid. They know why. But being the fact, that's why, you know, but who knows? Who knows? The Empire may be leaning and getting ready to strike and take Sony and bring it into the fold. So then, yeah, Sony will go be involved. But do you think the Eternal movie will make mention of the mutant gene? I think it won't make mention, but you'll get soliloquies of it, like maybe a hint of it, you know, which would be great. Maybe even the Inhumans too. I don't understand. Which character in the MCU, in your opinion, had the best arc so far? Captain America. Steve. I think Steve had the best arc. Closely, probably by, yes, Iron Man. But I go Steve, because Steve got to, he is a man out of time, loses everything. He gains a new family, brotherhood, you name it. Gains his best friend back again. And at the end of it, he's able to retire and gain the love of his life, marry. That's not a bad life. You know, that's not bad to see Steve. It was great to see him old like that. I'm like, you know, it sucked to see Tony die, but yeah, it was great to see Steve. Because the question was always, who was gonna die? Was it gonna be Steve or Cap? Some people were saying both of them should. But I'm kind of glad they both went the route they did, you know. So yeah, I think Steve had the best arc. When the MCU does the whole prejudice towards mutants thing, do you think there should also be a normal humans questioning it and defending the mutants? Yeah, absolutely. I think there should be like groups that are kind of like, if you remember in Gargoyles, the cartoon Gargoyles, there were humans. There was like a humans gargoyle friendship, human rights, a gargoyle like alliance. Excuse me. That, you know, we're questioning why should we be scared of these creatures? We should learn from them, get to know one of them, you know. And that's kind of how I feel, that it shouldn't be all just, oh, you know, mutant, beauty, throw shit at them and things like that. No, there should be some people questioning, because that's how I am. Like, I look at the humans in the MCU, the Marvel Universe, and I'm like, why are you hating these people? Because of their powers? But you cheer people like the Avengers and Fantastic Four. Why do you hate on them? What makes them different? So no, I do think, yeah, there should be people in there. And I really think they should go all out with the prejudice. Like, don't sugarcoat that. And that's the problem with Disney. They always want to sugarcoat shit. Don't sugarcoat it. It's exactly what it is. It is prejudice. Basically racism. Because people hate these people because they look different. They have powers. Who knows? But yeah. Well, guys, that is it for today. I want to thank everybody for the questions. Please, once again, I don't mean to pick on people, but please, when I say 4 questions a pop, I mean 4 questions. Do not insert another question into one question, into one question, into one question, into another question. 4. That takes away from the other people, other pack members who have followed the rules. I'm all about following the rules. Please, follow the rules. Right? And with that being said, guys, your alpha bids you peace. One love. Stay tuned. Keep it real. Stay safe. Stay positive.